What up? Just want to give everybody a update on what's going on with this whole PayPal situation. Been getting a lot of questions about it, so I figured I'd do a video to dedicate kind of updating you guys. But before we get going, I have to, of course, thank you all. Over 37,000 total purchases, 3.235 million. Amazing. This is incredible. And I appreciate all of you. I continue to say that because I actually do. You know, cover A and cover B are sold out. However, you can still get cover C. You can get the hat, you can get the posters, you can get everything associated with it. And I thank you all for the continued support of this, because this has, of course, changed my life. And I'm not using that in kind of just hyperbolic terms. This is for real. And I thank you all for that continued support. So I'm not going to spend too much time updating you. This, if you haven't seen the first video, go watch that. And that tells you what happened. I do not have access to your money if you used PayPal. If you didn't use PayPal, of course, I have access to all the other processors that we use, which is why we use more than just one. We are good to go. So thank you guys for that. We have access to it. We get it deposited every day. There has been no problems out of that. I mean, I have to clarify yet again, because a lot of people got confused. What does this mean for you guys in terms of if you pay via PayPal? Nothing changes. As you, the customer, are still going to get your orders in the order that you placed that order. No worries, nothing like that. We don't need to kind of go that route. As it stands right now, nothing changes as far as you getting your product and it being fulfilled. There'll be no delay, special delay on it. If you pay with PayPal, you are good to go. I'm going to make sure that you get your product. But there's been some things that have happened since I did that video. I've had 2 conversations with PayPal about this, and a recent one that I think, I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot has to do with you guys making noise and making noise on the internet. I've got contacted by PayPal themselves, and that didn't happen until you guys started raising hell online and maybe calling them or doing whatever it was. I had not, everything that, let me say this, every conversation I had to engage it. And I got the runaround. Now, that's not to say I'm still not kind of getting the runaround, but way more progress was made because you guys, I believe, made some noise. Now, you'll notice some slight changes here. Looking at our PayPal balance, we have, it was just 24,000. It was like 1.2 million or something like that that was on hold. Now it shows the available balance being almost 700,000. Oh, excuse me, almost 800,000. And almost 500,000 being on hold. So there's been a switch there. Now, this doesn't mean that I could pull that money. In fact, if I try to transfer it right now, what I'm going to get is probably a error message. See, so even the money that they are saying is mine in there, because they're doing whatever they're doing on the back end, I can't access either of it. So I did not mention that in the previous video. Yeah, I can't access it regardless if it's on hold or not on hold. Right now, they're doing whatever it is that they are doing. Now, I did have a conversation with these guys when I was at the warehouse, and earlier today, the day of me recording it, and they had escalated it. Of course, this person got it, and nice fella, I can say that. And we got to talking about this, and this was the first time where the parameters had kind of been set, as far as they're asking me what wiggle room it is that I have. Hey, until fulfillment, can we hold this? Can we hold that? And release the rest. They're starting to work with me a little more, but nothing's actually happened. Now, there's been some misconceptions about why this, I know some people latched onto this as quick as they could because they look at it like, ha, this is a way we can get at it. We don't like the fact that he's seeing our success. Should have read the terms of service. Dickhead, the reason why my money is being held has nothing to do with a violation of terms of service. Nothing. That's completely irrelevant to that. Completely irrelevant. The reason why the money is being held, is because, simply put, they saw the influx of the monies. Has nothing to even do with the pre-sales, which some people had alluded to, and even I brought it up because they brought it up to me, but that has nothing to do with why the money is being held. Hell, you can see it right here. You can see it right here. The money being held, as it says right here in the bottom left, why your money is on hold. PayPal is withholding your money, any money, above $750,000 in sales each month, which they changed that recently, we notice unusually large increase in your sales activity. It has nothing to do with the pre-sales or the fact that, well, he said he was going to get it out doing that. It has nothing to do with it. No. And even that policy, you need to understand, it's not a concrete policy. There's no such policy that they have that says, well, you are selling something that is for pre-order and therefore you don't have access to it until you fulfill it. There's no such rule that exists by way of PayPal where that applies to every single person that sells a pre-order in any capacity. No, Sony, any gaming company, you could pre-order a game that's a half a year out, and they're going to have access to that money immediately. This is more, well, they don't find me reputable or something like that, and therefore they don't want to release the money. They look at it like, well, some people say it's a CYA. No, that has nothing to do with it, and I disagree with that because, well, we've shown them all the evidence it is that they need. They've seen the book, they've seen all the invoices of the product it is that we purchased for sale. They have everything it is that they need that shows that this is legit. And I've not had any. My business hasn't. Either of my businesses, none of them have had any issues with scams or anything to that nature. They're only holding it because they saw the influx, and what I actually believe happened is that they're holding it because they know they can make money off of it. And this is where the criminal stuff kind of gets here and here. If you know how the interest that they're collecting, even with how they do their loans and everything, like that money's sitting there, they have access to it. And if you don't think they're making money off it, even if they held it for a month, you're crazy. They're, of course, going to make money off of that. And this is why we're starting to get answers. You know why? Because the mere threat that I think they overstated, they underestimated what we are going to do here. PayPal's screwed right now in that if they didn't think I was going to get lawyers involved, they out of their minds. And I don't think they actually did. The way they were talking to me, I don't think they actually considered that. This is why I remember mentioning that. I said, hey, y'all got basically to the end of the week, and we can resolve this behind the scenes. I'm even willing to let you hold a little bit of that money, but you're going to have to come up off a lot of it. But let's resolve it without getting messy. It wasn't until I mentioned that where I got wait, until when? Yeah, exactly. I will go there. If you wouldn't think I wouldn't plan to go there. If you thought, oh, well, you're just going to have to wait till. No, ain't nobody waiting till nothing. Why is it that all the other processors, we ain't got no problems, but we got problems out of y'all? And because of how your business is structured and how you make money is structured, we know you making money off of that 1.2 million that you're just sitting on that won't allow us to have access to it. You going to come up off of that money regardless. And that's where we're at now. And that it's not there yet, but that I now that they know that okay, I'm telling you all this. Well, you gotta understand we're looking out for ourselves. I ain't trying to hear none of that. You're looking out for yourself. Guess who also looking out for himself? I am. So if you thinking that, well, we want to protect ourselves, okay, because you're not protecting the customers here. The only people that you're protecting is a policy that allows you to finesse your way into holding on to lump sums of money that come in. And I'm not saying there aren't scams out there. I'm not saying that there aren't people that use PayPal out there to scam folks. However, we have sufficient enough evidence, and you have it because we gave it to you, that this is for real. This ain't no bull job that's going on. So with you having that evidence, you gonna have to come up off of that bread because it ain't yours. It's the customers did not want it in your hands. You're not protecting them because they made it abundantly clear that that's not what it is that they want. You're just a processor. So you take your little bit off of what you get from the processing fee, which ain't much, by the way, but you get that little processing fee, and that's supposed to end up where we want it to end up. And if I want to get that bad boy up out of there, so you give me, your bank gives it to my bank, then whatever needs to happen is going to happen. But you're going to come up off that bread. So that's the update right there. All this fake news, these weirdos who think they could have latched on. He didn't read the terms of service, you idiot. And they got nothing to do with a terms of service violation. All it has to do with is the fact that they have a policy that is arbitrary in terms of their enforcement. It is not concrete, does not apply to every single company. No, it only applies to who they feel like it's going to apply to. And that just happens to be me. Again, any other, if there was even a pre-order situation, we know all of these other companies, these massive mega corporations that have PayPal accounts that have access to those monies in the event that they want to withdraw it immediately, even if the product has not landed in the hands of the people. So what's going to happen is, this is actually a couple of things about to happen. And if they want to go there, we're going to go there. But a couple of things is going to happen out of this. Number one, I'm going to get the monies. And number two is you're going to have to make sure that this don't happen again. Now, we're already, of course, looking at all alternatives. This is not about processing for those guys that are like, well, just use a different company. No. Understand that why we used PayPal is because of their presence. First of all, it's not the only processor that it is that we use. Most of our money is not going through PayPal. But PayPal does have a significant footing, let's call it that, presence in various other countries. And our international, by far, it's not even close, had requested it. And that's why our numbers show that that a significant amount of the people that are using PayPal, though not exclusively, but significant amount of them are coming out of various countries. And they're international. So our alternative has to consider that. It's not about, hey, here's a new process. That's not what it is. That's not the problem here at all. So that's not why we use PayPal. We have all the processors that are already being used that you can use, that we have no problem out, that we've had ready since launch. Okay. Please understand that before you say, why use PayPal in the first place? I'll explain it. But yeah, PayPal will come up off this money one way or another. And if they are lagging tail, then that's fine. We're going to do what we got to do on our side to make sure that we get a hold of your monies. So the people that wanted it, I still don't have access to it. Just wanted to be transparent about that. And I will keep updating you guys as this moves along. We're still going to get you your items. We're still going to have this stuff up for sale. You're still going to be good to go. And I can't wait for you guys to start getting that stuff as we head into the fulfillment process. We have a lot of stuff that we'll be doing in August. Content series will finally start, and I can't wait. Got a lot prepared. We're just getting started, baby.